Parmenides was a Greek philosopher who lived around 475 BCE, and in a single poem called On Nature, he made one of the most radical claims in the history of philosophy. The poem opens with a journey. Parmenides imagines himself carried on a chariot beyond the gates of day and night, where he encounters a goddess of wisdom. And this goddess offers him two paths. The first is the way of truth, in Greek, aletheia. It says, being is real, existence is eternal, non-being is impossible. The second is the way of opinion, doxa, the public opinion. This is the world ordinary people mistake for reality, the world of appearances, birth and death, change and movement, things appearing and disappearing. This path, the goddess says, the second path is not the path of truth, because if everything is only movement and becoming, then movement itself must arise from something more fundamental, something stable, something that does not come and go, an unmoving ground of being. But we human beings trust our senses too much, and the senses only show change. So we begin imagining that existence itself emerged out of non-existence, out of nothing. Even today, if you ask many people what existed before the Big Bang, they will simply say nothing. But Parmenides says that it is impossible. Non-existence cannot exist. Nothing cannot produce something. Only being is eternal, unchanging, always present. The changing multiplicity revealed by the senses is not independently real in itself. It is appearance arising within being. Just as waves are not separate from water, changing things are not separate from existence itself. Waves rise and fall, but water remains. Likewise, objects appear and disappear, but being itself never comes into existence and never passes out of existence. And once Parmenides establishes this, the consequences becomes explosive. Reality could never have begun, because a beginning would require existence to emerge from non-existence. Not possible. And reality can never truly end, because ending would mean existence collapsing into nothing. Again, impossible, since nothing is impossible. Also, real change itself is not possible, because change means something becoming what it previously was not. But that would mean what it was before has vanished into non-being. Impossible again, since non-being is not possible. So for Parmenides, true reality cannot begin, cannot change, cannot end. Reality is true, one, eternal, unchanging, unmoving, without beginning or end. And the changing world revealed by the senses is not the ultimate reality, but only an appearance. So for Parmenides, there are two paths. The way of truth, which follows the logic of being to its absolute conclusion, and the other path, the way of opinion, where human beings mistake the changing sensory world for ultimate reality. By the way, across the another civilization, the Bhagavad Gita arrives at a strikingly similar insight through Krishna in chapter 2, verse 16, when Krishna says, Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata. The unreal never is, the real never ceases to be. Parmenides and Sri Krishna, having gap of 3,000-4,000 years between them, one message. Being is, non-being is logically not possible, conceptually not possible, impossible to think, and impossible to experience. Non-being is not, being is. Have we ever experienced our own absence? Never. But what about before birth? People say, I was not existing before birth. Are you sure? There is no memory of what happened before birth. The absence of memory doesn't prove the absence of existence. Nothing exists after death. How do you know? The absence of experience yet to come does not prove the absence of existence. There was something, there was existence before birth, there will be existence after death. There is only unreal change on the real surface. There is only unreal becoming on the real being. There is only illusory experience on the real ground of being. Being is, non being is not possible.